What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic day. Made a couple of moves here, so wanted to try to put this together. Trying to get around here. Of course, the Eagles are always wild with this stuff, but we've got two new signings. But before we get into those, Jake Elliott had his contract extended, restructured. It was all moved around. They added a couple of dummy years on there. It saves like $240K, but it kind of like takes the money down. So all you really need to know is it saves a tiny bit of cap space. And, well, it looks like Jake Elliott's still here for now. We'll see if they bring in any kind of competition. But we added to the list. We talked about Andy Dalton last night. Go check that bad boy out. But now we had a running back and another tight end, Dameon Pierce, former Chief, and Stone Smartt, the former Jet. So we're going to get into that. I appreciate you all taking the time here, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you do to support the channel. Can't thank you enough. But we're going to take a look at the new additions and then the updated free agent tracker here. So let's start it off with Stone Smartt, former quarterback, actually. So you get one of those like lean build guys. Remember Tyree Jackson, still in the NFL, actually a free agent. But, one of those former guys that better at receiving because he used to be a quarterback. He actually switched to wide receiver at Old Dominion, then tight end in the NFL. So trying to find his way. This will be his fifth season. Spent his first few years with the Chargers and then last year with the Jets. But 6'4", 226. Spent time at Northern Arizona and Riverside City as a quarterback before that Old Dominion. And undrafted in 22. And look, this is a guy that is being brought in as off-season competition for Calcaterra. He's not the greatest at blocking. He has a couple good ones if you look for highlights, but he's not really good at blocking. And you can see 0 drops. That's great. Only 7 catches. Again, if you're watching for stats, not going to see much here. Just understand this is competition. Maybe somebody that makes the practice squad. But beyond that, a receiving type tight end. And we got Johnny Munt, the blocking type. So that's what I'm excited for. But competition for Calcaterra, all about it. Now let's get into the running back here, Dameon Pierce. And if you have any thoughts on these guys, any questions, feel free to leave them down below. But this is a running back that somebody was asking, why would we do this? We have Tank Bigsby. We have this. It's the offseason. You're going to have competition, free agents, rookies, all that stuff, man. So nothing to freak out about. This doesn't mean anything with Tank Bigsby. This just means running back competition. And you get a guy, another player that coming into his 5th season here, and, 26 years old, 5'10", 215, little bulldozer. This is, your power back where not great at catching. He's decent at blocking, but not fast at all. And look, this is a depth piece. But one thing he does do is return the ball. So one of you was asking me about him right when we signed him, and I explained to you, look, competition at the returner, competition at depth, no brainer there. Why not? You're still going to have the draft. You're still going to be able to add other players. But you can see only 14 carries last year, 2.6 yards. He was let go by the Texans. The Chiefs picked him up. So, and maybe you can get him back to form. His rookie year where he was really almost 1,000 yards. And I think he started 13 games. Really looked like he was going to be something special. But, again, you never know in the right system what could happen. But this is competition for the offseason. And maybe he really balls out as a kick returner and makes the squad. You never know what could happen, but that is our newest addition and the other addition. And if you have any thoughts on either Dameon Pierce or Stone Smartt, would love to hear from you. But just to keep you updated with everything that is going on here, you saw earlier, the players that we have extended, obviously, getting Jordan Davis, Jake Elliott locked in. That's a big hell yeah. We were all hoping, some money would be moved around with the Jordan Davis move. We knew he would be extended, but you also had Braden Mann, Grant Calcaterra brought back. Those were the guys that were actual free agents. And then, you talk about extensions for Michael Carter II, Dallas Goedert getting money moved around there. restructured there. Landon Dickerson getting restructured. So Howie knows what he's doing. You always hear the media freaking out, but I promise you, he knows. But Jordan Davis, yeah, sorry, we already talked about that. But you know what's going down here. But the players we've added has definitely grown. That list, adding Dalton last night and now getting these two. Now we've actually got 8 free agents that we've added. So that's exciting. You know how I feel about the defensive guys, Tariq Woolen, Ebiketie there. Very, very pumped up for the direction we're headed. And I understand, we lost some players, and that's how free agency works. No surprises. Jalen Phillips got overpaid. Good for him. But there's no other surprise. We talked about it. If he would come back at the right price, but other than him, everybody else was probably gone. So, now there's still a few guys available out there. Talked about it. I would bring back Fred Johnson. I would bring back Marcus Epps at those positions where you need a veteran guy, some depth there. So not against it. Still need a long snapper as well. So we'll see what the Eagles decide to do there. But here's an updated look at the depth chart offense with QB3 now, Andy Dalton, and maybe Tanner McKee becomes expendable. But you got Dameon Pierce here, a 4th running back. Stone Smartt added into the mix. So you got 7 tight ends, really. Cameron Latou is a tight end, but I have him there fullback, Carson Steele, and he can compete. Maybe somebody else wants to show out at tight end. We'll see. Maybe wants to play a little fullback. I don't know. But again, the draft is coming, so just keep in mind, we will continue to add Marquise Brown at receiver. That's awesome. We'll see what happens with A.J. Brown. A lot of question marks here. And then the defense. What the hell is going to happen at safety? Beyond that, I feel really damn good. Even with Jahad Campbell banged up, I like the depth we have there. Love the interior. I know they're going to add an edge in the draft. Maybe another free agent. Give me a little Cam Jordan. Maybe trade for Jonathan Greener. Things will be okay. I promise you. Don't let the media get you. And at safety, you've got guys that are versatile defensive backs, but I know they will add there in the draft. A veteran piece would be great. We'll see what the Eagles decide to do. But remember how we can always trade as well. And those things happen a lot of time after the draft, too. Once, you got a position with a lot of players at it, a team is looking to trade. So just stay patient. And now with our new additions, I've got Brown maybe helping out at punt returner. I got Pierce here at kick returner. So you've got options here. Carson Steele can as well. So you've got pieces that can actually return the ball as well. So competition there. Competition everywhere. That's what this is all about. But those are the newest additions. That's your update of the free agency tracker. If anything else happens, I'll have a live video later tonight. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll keep you up to date with everything that's going down. But would love to hear your thoughts on these moves and any of the other moves, whatever's on your mind. I'm always down to talk some birds. But if you need anything else, you can always reach out. Always here for you guys as you are for me. But I hope you're all having yourselves a great week. Tomorrow's Friday. Let's go. Hope you're all pumped up. But have yourselves a good one. Until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now, sickos. Go Birds!